We'll begin today in a child's pose. Allow your hips to sink back to your heels, arms stretching out in front of you, forehead resting on your mat. Taking a few minutes to check in with your body, your breath, your thoughts, your mind. Softly walk your hands over towards the right. Draw your hips back into the left. And then making your way through center all the way to the other side. Taking a full breath here. And then return back to center. One last big stretch in this child's pose. And then on your next breath in, rise to hands and knees, a tabletop position. Beginning to flow through cat and cow as you inhale, let your belly drop. Exhale, round your spine. Take as much time as you need in each place. Bringing movement into your spine, which is so crucial for overall health. Softly begin to draw your neck from left to right, circling in any way, in any direction that feels good. And then return back to stillness, taking a handprint in front of you, shift forward, come to the top of a kneeling plank. As you exhale, slowly lower your body down. Inhale, press the ground away, opening up to a gentle cobra, first of the day. Exhale back to a child's pose. Beginning to flow, inhale, top of a plank. Exhale and lower. Inhale, open up to cobra, finding more space this time. Exhale to child. Flow in a way that honors your body, in a way that allows each place to be an experience, to be a sensation. Next time you find yourself in a child's pose, rest here. On your next breath in, float back to hands and knees. And engaging your core, extend your right toes back behind you. Point and flex, circle your toes. And either stay here or let your left arm join, finding length from the tip of your fingers to the tip of your toes. Option to bring a bend into your knee, sweeping back. Connect with the top of your foot. As you exhale, slowly float back. Let your right toes float down to meet and extend your right toes over to the left. Look back over your left shoulder at your ankle. On your next inhale, slide your toes back to center, knee back under hip. And moving to the other side, extend your left toes back. Point and flex, circle your toes. Option to stay or option to let your right arm join. Stay here and breathe, or bring a bend into your left knee, sweeping back, connecting with the top of your foot. Wherever you are, find a calm breath. On your next exhale, release, extending, finding length. Let your hand meet, toes float to touch. Slide your left toes over to the right and look back over your shoulder at your ankle. On your next inhale, return back to center, taking a wide knee stance this time. Big toes meet, knees wide. And releasing into this wide knee child's pose, maybe allow your hands to meet, bringing a bend into your elbows. Finding a place that makes sense for you today, that feels good. On your next breath in, rise back to a tabletop position. And preparing for a downward facing dog, curl your toes behind you. Press into the palms of your hands and send your hips back. Invite any movement here that feels good, waking up your legs, your calves. Finding length through your spine and settle into stillness. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, walk your feet to meet your hands in a forward fold. Release into this forward fold, a soft bend in your knees, neck and head, totally surrendering to gravity. On your next breath in, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. Draw your hands to your heart. And then allow your hands to float by your side, finding your mountain pose. So in this place of standing, ground down through the four corners of your feet, pull energy up. On your next breath in, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale and rise all the way to stand. Draw your hands to your heart. Letting your arms reach up overhead, pressing your palms together, interlace your fingers, and then reach up and over to one side, crescent moon. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. Let your fingers separate, reaching tall. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting your hands, step back to the top of a plank or a kneeling plank. Deep breath in. Exhale and lower. Chaturanga, opening up to cobra or an up dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Take your time, walk your feet to meet your hands in a forward fold. Allow your arms to sway side to side, releasing your lower back, releasing your shoulders. And then on an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. Meet your hands at your heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back, top of a plank. Connect with your strength. Exhale and lower. Inhale, shine your heart forward in a cobra or up dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Finding length here, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, walk your feet forward, meeting your hands in the fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. Meet your hands at heart center. Allow your fingers to interlace. And invite in a couple of waves, working into your fingers, your wrists, your shoulders. Reverse which arm is leading. Let your arms float by your side. Wiggle your fingers, your wrists, and then sweep your arms forwards, backwards, and then arrive back to stand. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Planting your hands, step back with your right leg, a bend in your left. Settle into the stretch here. And then as you're ready, rise up, crescent lunge. Allow your back heel to rest, meeting the mat, opening up to a warrior two. Gaze over your front fingers, connecting with your strength here. Deep breath in. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame your front foot. And then planting your right hand, sweep open with your left. Deep inhale. Exhale and release. Taking your time, step back, downward facing dog. Settling here. Reconnect with your breath, with your intention for this day. And then take your time, walk your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale and rise all the way to stand. Meet your hands at your heart. Interlacing your fingers back behind you. Invite a big stretch, opening your heart. And then draw your hands, your interlaced fingers, to your right side body. Allow your ear to softly melt down in the direction of your shoulder. One side, then the other. Floating back to center. Draw your hands, your interlaced fingers, this time to the left. And with awareness on your neck, allow your ear to melt down towards your left shoulder. And then to your right. A big stretch back at center, hands reaching back behind you. And allow your chin to bow towards your heart. Then reaching up, looking up towards the ceiling, the sky. Softly return your neck back to a neutral spine, arms floating back to center. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, planting your hands this time, step back with your left leg. Settling here, and as you're ready, rise up, crescent lunge. Deep breath in. Exhale, open up, warrior two, back heel meets the ground. Flip your palms so that both face up towards the sky, shoulders rolling down and back. And then return back, palms facing down towards the ground. Deep inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame your front foot. Planting your left hand, sweep open with your right. Exhale, frame your front foot, step back, downward facing dog. And invite any movement that feels good, or rest in stillness. A calm breath wherever you are. And then take your time, step your feet forward, coming to a forward fold. In this fold, find your opposite elbows. Allow your body to sway left to right. Returning back to center, taking a big breath in, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. Meet your hands at your heart. Return back to your mountain pose, arms floating by your side. Connect with your balance. Grounding down through your left leg, bring a bend into your right. Bending, and then returning your toes back to the ground. Exploring with your balance on this side. And either stay right here, continuing to flow, or connect, letting the top of your foot meet the palm of your hand, opening up to a dancer pose. Inviting a hinge. And then slowly let your toes float back. Return back to your mountain pose. This time, grounding down through your right, a kickstand with your left. And then bring in movement, noticing any difference from this side to the other. Continue to flow, or hold on to your foot, pressing the top of your foot into the palm of your hand. Calm breath, inviting balance into every area, every aspect of your day today. On your next exhale, release. Let everything flow back to center. Let everything integrate. On your next inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Planting your hands, step back to hands and knees. Flowing a couple more rounds of cat and cow here. Notice any changes. If it feels any different to be here this time. And then softly allow your hips to melt to one side. Coming to a seated position. Allow your hands to rest on your knees, checking in with your physical body here. Bringing awareness, watching with compassion. And then on an inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, twist over to the left. Right hand on the outside of your left knee, left hand planted behind your hips. Leading with your core, melt into a twist. As you're ready, softly unwind. Flip your right palm, let your left hand meet, and then melt your right shoulder in the direction of your right knee, head and neck releasing. If you'd like more, left arm floats up overhead. deep breath here. And then allow your left hand to float down to meet. Returning back to center, meet your hands at your heart. And then on your next breath in, float your arms up overhead and twist over to the left. Left hand on the outside of your right knee, right hand planted behind your hip. With each breath, melt a little deeper into the twist. As you feel complete here, flip your left palm, right hand sweeps around to meet, and melt your left shoulder in the direction of your right knee. If you'd like more, right arm floats up overhead. And continue to watch with compassion your physical body, your mind. As you're ready, float back to a neutral spine, and then walk your hands out in front of you, melting forward any amount. And then returning back to a neutral spine, hop your hands behind your hips, heart shining forward, opening your heart for this day. And then slowly take your time and roll all the way down to your mat. Hug your knees in close once you get here. Wiggle your toes, your ankles. And then hold on to your left knee. Extend your right leg out long. And then as if you were opening a book, open your left knee towards the left. Right arm reaching out to the side. And then moving into a twist, draw your left knee through center all the way to the right. Arms open wide and look over your left shoulder. So these deep twists allow for release. So in this place, release anything that no longer serves you, anything that you don't need to bring into the rest of this day. As you're ready, draw your knee back to center and switch sides, drawing your right knee in, extend your left out long. Right knee opens to the side, just for a breath. And then returning through center over to the left, opening to a twist. Feeling safe, secure, grounded. And in this place of release, creating space for new. Softly make your way back to center. Hug your knees in close. And then allow your knees to float down, planting below your hips. Open your knees to a supine butterfly pose. And this time, open your arms out wide, feeling your bigness, your power, your ability to create. Connect with your breath. With your intention for the day. With hands on the outside of your legs, help your knees back together. And give yourself one big last squeeze. And then open up into Shavasana, the gem of yoga practice. So after moving and stretching and opening your body, arrive in a place of stillness, a place of intentional rest. Relax the bottom of your feet, palms of your hands. shoulders, lower back, jaw, forehead. Soften the place behind your eyes and the place around your heart. Feel peace through your whole body. Softly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And invite a big stretch up overhead. Ready for this day. Hugging your knees in close, fall to the right. Pressing the ground away, rise all the way back to a seated position. Taking a big breath in, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale to your heart. With gratitude, with love, all that is light in me sees and honors all that is light in you. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.